Welcome back to Free Coaching Friday. The question for today is something to the effect of being in an open relationship where you are, for example, in a three-way relationship. How can you encourage, being a woman, how can you encourage other women to interact with your boyfriend? Because other women are intimidated by you or they don't know how you're going to act when they interact with your man. So I'm going to answer that in two parts. The first part is for the woman, for yourself. And the second part is for the man. It's going to be a little bit more elaborate for the man. So the reason why I say that is because the first part for the woman, I'm not sure that's actually the case that you have to worry about intimidating other women because perhaps you are incredibly gorgeous, you're incredibly hot, and so other women are intimidated by you and they can't truly interact with your man. I'm not sure that's the case, but if that were actually the case, and I'll explain why in a little bit. If that were actually the case, then you want to be open. Just as you were networking with other people, or that's actually what you're doing when you're meeting people or you're dating around, you're networking, you're getting to know people who may or may not be qualified to interact with you, to get your attention, to get more of your investment, your time investment, your physical, emotional investment. That's what you're doing. You're networking. So as a woman, if you want to learn how to network, meaning be open, smile, be receptive to communication from other people. Go out of your way to communicate with other people because they are doing the same thing you're doing. They're thinking about themselves. They're worried about yourself. Most people have this problem where they fear being judged by other people, and they constantly think about what other people think of them, when in actuality, the people that they think is judging them, they're actually thinking more about themselves and caring very less or very little or none at all about you. And so you actually go out of your way to interact with them if it were the case that they do interact with you and your boyfriend. Hey baby, you want to say hi? Free Coaching Friday. So you want to go out of your way because the reason why you do want to go out of your way is because the person is already uncomfortable interfacing with a couple. And so you go out of your way to welcome them and make them feel comfortable, just like you are when you're networking with other people. And the reason why I say that's not actually the case, and more likely it isn't, is because I think it's more about the man and his ability to communicate and to interact with other women that makes the other women comfortable with the situation at hand. And more than likely, he's meeting other women off, not with you. But if it were the case that you're both meeting a woman together, then you do want to make the woman feel comfortable. And you do want to affirm your man. And when he is flirting with them, what they're going to do is they're going to look to you and they're going to wonder, what is she thinking as he's flirting with me? And then so you want to smile and you want to allow her to imagine that everything is okay. But more likely than not, the case is that the man is interacting with the woman by themselves. So here's the advice for the man, and more of the responsibility about this is towards the man and his ability to interact and interface with the woman in a way that communicates to her that very directly, by the way. You never want to be indirect when it comes to this kind of situation. Most people that are couples or that are in open relationships have trouble with being direct with other people about this because there's many stigmas and preconceptions about being in an open relationship. But he must have the ability to communicate with the other woman that he is in an open relationship, that he does have a primary lover, if that were the case, and that he would be absolutely thrilled to have her around, and he finds her yummy, finds her attractive, that he must communicate to her that it is 100% okay for them to interact and for them to do things out of fun maybe play, maybe sleep with each other, and his girlfriend would be fantastically happy for him. And so what he has to do in his communication is explain the ideas surrounding the relationship rather than skirting around it. And so how you want to communicate that is, like for myself, I'm very direct. Within 5 minutes, they're going to know exactly what I'm about, if I'm going for that kind of interaction where I find them yummy and attractive and sweet and fun. Then I'm going to communicate to them that what do you think about open relationships? Now I know most people have a preconception about the open aspect of relationships. So I like to communicate clearly the open aspect of open relationship is not about open legs or open zipper or sleeping around and fucking other people and just have fun. The open aspect of open relationship is open communication, each individual's ability to be able to communicate with each other openly, transparently, without judgment, and allowing the other person to be the person that they are and living the biggest life they can, whether or not it's with them. And if they interact, and what makes them happy is interacting with other friends and other people, maybe even in a sexual way, you want that for them. I want that for my sweetie. I insist and encourage her to pursue those things in other men. Of course, I have lots of female friends and I'm well established, and I have a big network of friends. And so he must communicate this comfort with her, because women evolutionarily, dynamically, follow a man's lead. And if a man is uncomfortable communicating with her about their openness of their relationship and what the foundations and principles of the open aspect of their open relationship, she will follow his lead. If he skirts around it and is uncomfortable with the communication, she will follow his lead, and she will be uncomfortable and disincentivized to pursue that interaction. But the truth is, the man needs this communication skill. The man needs to be able to develop comfort. That's actually what seduction is the developing the comfort in the other person so that they can do what they wanted to do already. So that's the free coaching Friday for today. Within 10 minutes, I think I've run out of time. So if you want more of these videos, more lessons, I have over 300 plus videos in our Great Relationships Online University online course. I'll see you there.